People of Earth, it is I, Dr. Bob Tesla, my brother Nikola Tesla, and Rick Edison here, who's
Dr. Rick.
It was honorary. So.
Counts.
Oh, I didn't know you heard that. Well, you know, we had that explosion down in the lab earlier. I thought your ears were still ringing. So, you guys are here. Yeah. Even though it's a football game out there. Yay! You guys are here. So, sports ball.
Sports.
Yes. As you guys just saw, we've had the final chapter of our Phantom serial.
Yay!
Yes. This one was presented in Phantovision. Ooh,
Okay.
yes.
Is that why it was pink?
Purple. It's purple. Yes, purple for the Phantom, because that's what he wears. All right, so that means next month, at our big October show, we start a brand new serial that was voted on by the fan club, and they chose Fruit Loops, Captain America. But you're here tonight for Werewolf.
What?
Werewolf.
Bitches.
What was that?
What he said.
Rhymes with witches.
Why don't you, Rick, you like this title so much, why don't you let them have it?
Tonight, one and only, werewolf bitches from outer space.
Yes. Now this is made, we got a couple directors. We're going to have, before the movie, we're actually going to have a message from one of the directors. Reverend Jen is one of the directors. And the other one is Dylan Mars Greenberg. Now, Dylan was inductee at the Troma Institute for Gifted Youth. That's something, right? Troma. You guys know Troma movies, right?
Yeah.
We've shown a couple Troma movies before.
You liked them?
Well, like is a strong word. But Troma movies, they're a certain style of guerrilla filmmaking. You're looking at some experimental filmmaking. You're looking at filmmaking without a budget or a permit or costumes, you know.
Or talent.
Yeah, no, I'm going to say there is some interesting talent in this movie. I will say that. And you guys are going to, I think you guys are going to enjoy this. But since this is kind of shot in the Troma-style, I do need to give a parental warning here. Are any of you under 35?
Woo.
Yeah. If you are, you might want to make sure your parents will let you see this movie. But no, seriously, if you have any young children, this would not be a good movie for them. We do not have. It's not quite as extreme as some of the Troma movies that we've shown, but there is a lot of adult language, adult situations.
Like doing your taxes?
You know,
Yep.
things like that. So,
Movie's bad enough for bringing up a horrifying subject like taxes?
now, I think you guys are going to enjoy the movie for the budget they had, you know? Yes. Next week, next Saturday. Normally I say, oh, come back next month. I'm telling you guys, come back next week, next Saturday, when we're doing the Wild Eye Marathon. 24 hours of Wild Eye movies. Rick, let's go down to the lab. You guys enjoy what he said.
Werewolf bitches from outer space.
Yeah.
My name is Reverend Jen. I'm the director of Werewolf Bitches from Outer Space. Janine Raffle got interested in doing the movie because I asked her to be in the movie, and we've been friends for a long time, and she thinks my writing is funny. And she likes to do things that are avant-garde sometimes, and not so mainstream. I think. I can't speak for her. My inspiration for Werewolf Bitches from Outer Space is that it seemed like a good idea at the time.
Let the madness begin. By werewolf feminists. Catcallers, watch your back, because it's gonna get hairy. I'm gay! I'm gay! Sunshine! Sick motherfucker. Sunshine! Work your eyes out. 1 by 2. 1, 2. Yeah, 1.
No, sorry, baby. That's my job. Fortunately, I'm a dreamer. Fortunately, I can love. Fortunately, I'm a lover. It gets better. So sublime. Do I make these two passion divine? Do I split the edge of a dove? This is gonna be so great for the school paper.
And now, on with the
You
show.
should say one thing about this movie. It's not boring.
It's very unique.
Yes, it's very unique.
You could say that.
Yes. All right. I guess it's time for a raffle here.
I'd say something about the movie, but this movie has left me speechless.
Wow, that can happen?
We need to show this movie more often. So, the grand prize here, which is the Funko Pops of Battlestar Galactica and Stephen King's It. You guys might know that movie. Movie's out in the movie theaters right now.
This is the Tim Curry version.
Yes. And second prize, which is Nuka-Cola Checkers. Yeah. Since there is a birthday boy here, birthday boy, come on down. All right, so as you can see in this movie, you have visitors from space, from outer space. You might say they were invaders from space.
Yes.
So for the movie prize, you get Space Invaders on a little tiny Game Boy there.
That's awesome.
There you go. Is that true? Are you liking this movie?
Yes, I do like it.
All right, so
He's 14 though, okay?
Dylan, Mars, Greenberg, and Reverend Jen, if you're watching the live stream, because they do have the password. So, hey, you have at least one 14-year-old boy who is very much loving this movie. You can't say about this movie, it is very LGBTQ friendly. Yes. There is something we forgot to say about on the marathon. People who are at every movie, because we'll be stamping tickets, out every movie, they get a free 6-month membership to the Midnight Monsters, which is our fan club. Now, if you already are a member, it's a 6-month extension, so you get an extra 6 months. So it's not like you get left out. But that is going to be great because the Midnight Monsters, as our official fan club, there's so many benefits from it. You get early seating if we're not getting in right at the last second like we did this time. You get a discount on raffle tickets and prizes and merchandise out there.
Autograph picture?
Autograph picture. You get a birthday card on your birthday. Well, sometimes it's, gets a little close sometimes.
The Kraken usually keeps better control of it.
Yes. You get access to the live stream every month where you get to watch what's going on.
You can sit home and watch it in your pajamas.
Although we would kind of prefer you to come out because we don't have, we need more of you here next month, okay? It's our October show. We're doing Neon Dead. All of you are going to bring people, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
And zombies.
I will say this, the Neon Dead, it's from Wild Eye. They did a Wild Eye reaction to it. And Neon Dead is actually a very good movie. Are you guys familiar with a little movie called Ghostbusters? Yeah, okay. It's a bit like Ghostbusters in that kind of, a little bit of humor, a lot of action and horror, and very colorful. Very, very colorful. In fact,
glow sticks.
if you want to bring any of the magenta green 3D glasses and watch certain scenes on there, it might feel like you're taking acid. So you might want to do that. Also, for the marathon, though, the marathon next week, we have a sponsor, White Castle. Yes, White Castle. So you're going to be getting swag bags at the marathon, which have a free movie in it from Wild Eye, but also a free hamburger from White Castle. Well, a free hamburger coupon, because you don't want to put the White Castle in with the movie and the bag and it'll get squished.
Speak for yourself.
A single.
A single. Although they also gave us breakfast sandwiches coupons. Wild Eye Marathon next week. Neon Dead next month. November is a mystery superhero movie. Yes. Oh, hey, there's Neon Dead. Yes. And December, we will have the Christopher R. Mim Ohio premiere of Demon with the Atomic Brain.
Yeah.
Yes. And in January, we just added this. We're going to have This Book is Cursed.
Yeah.
Which is a sequel to This Woods is Cursed. You guys remember This Woods is Cursed, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes, our good friend Norman Gale there. And he's actually asked all of you who saw Vampire Chicks from Outer Space or This Book is Cursed, or no, This Woods is Cursed, go on Amazon and rate his movies highly. Leave honest reviews that he's asking for. So, all right, let's do the joke exchange here. Let me hear Nicholas. All right, Nick. Oh, you do not understand him. Nicholas got an interesting joke here. It's very topical. It's he's got an idea. Why can't they? They should just stop these hurricanes while there's still tropical depression. All they do is throw Prozac in them.
See, I didn't have to know the joke To know it was terrible.
Wait, did I say topical? Maybe I meant tropical. So, all right. Actually, I'll tell my joke afterwards. So, sorry, Nicola. We got to get back to the movie. We got to find out what's going on with the werewolves. All right, head on down.
The screenwriter certainly doesn't know what's going on.
Oh,
telling
no.
jokes, that's
Yeah, you gotta say, it certainly doesn't take itself seriously.
It's Ursula. We're needed in the urban place called Goldman Sachs. Is that a nightclub? She simply said it's a Tower of Doom. Let's do this.
You know, if you don't take it, nobody's gonna give it to you. So I take it. I seen them. They're here, and they start out as sexy ladies, but then they turn into hairy beasts. And they go on a rampage, a killing rampage.
Are they like performance artists, or more like the Situationist International?
No, they're real. They're werewolves.
Didn't you see them at the Whitney Biennial last year?
Yes. Oh my God, Jerry Saltz gave them an excellent review in Art Lies magazine. You should read it.
No, I didn't
Yeah.
get it.
Oh, okay. Well, look, it's the performance artist, that gentleman with the hat. Oh,
Great.
that's so interesting.
I get it.
It's sort of like the Greenbergs, but
Right.
wolves. It's more lupine.
Lupine. Oh, you know I was gonna say that?
Yeah.
And you did.
Or is it lupinian?
Well, I go back
Whatever it
and
is,
forth on it.
fantastic.
I hate to say I told you so.
Oh my God, Ben, microwave it down! I want my goddamn bagel bites to be toasty!
Calm down. Come on. It's order around here. Calm.
Guess it's gonna be one more night where I'm not gonna make it home to the missus. She's gonna hand my ass to me when I do get home. If I get home.
That was our special movie. Now,
That's amazing.
you know, I think by watching this movie, it counts as spending an hour and a half in New York City. Yeah, you know, you saw when they were filming on the streets without permits, all these people walking by and all. I don't believe those were extras, but you also saw how little attention they paid to people walking around with werewolf masks killing people. I don't think you would get away with that in Columbus.
In the short north?
Maybe during gallery hop, maybe. All right, let me do my joke then. You guys heard Nicola's joke, the very tropical joke. Are you guys excited about Thor Ragnarok in November? Yes. All right, I've got a joke for that. Okay. Because you got Thor and Bruce Banner there, and they're talking about they're in a fight, and there's this, not fighting each other, they're fighting a robot, and Thor saying, okay, we've got to hit him in that center part of the body, the right in there. And Bruce goes, the thorax? No, I use a hammer. You guys also know, usually on 4th Saturday of every month on our YouTube channel, we do Wild Eye Reactions, where we watch the best and the worst from Wild Eye releasing. Well, since we are doing the Wild Eye Marathon next week, we're actually going to be doing something a little different, because we're going to attempt to do a live Wild Eye Reactions. We're going to try streaming it live to our YouTube channel. If not, we'll record it and we'll post it later. But we're going to try to do a live Wild Eye reaction on the last movie of the marathon when we've had practically no sleep, 24 hours up, and we're going to do a Wild Eye reactions to Badass Monster Killer.
Shaft meets Cthulhu.
Yes. So, that could be really, really good. And it could also be us just sleeping through the movie because, come on. We try to do experimental films now and then. You guys remember when we showed Vampire Chicks from Outer Space, you guys didn't think it was going to be good. It still wasn't good, but you enjoyed it. So,
That's a good point.
I've been trying to raise the Jackson Lunar Base because we were warned from General Castle that they were being invaded by these pods. I haven't been able to raise anybody there except for I did get a radio transmission from one of our friends up there, and he said that there is a lot of strange things happening, that people are not seeming like themselves, and
I find that hard to believe.
You find what hard to believe?
That you have friends.
We're not talking about you here. We're talking about me. I have many friends. Wilma?
Yeah.
Yeah. Right now they're having technical difficulties. The guy who messaged me, he was able to get through, but he said that the radio room was being smashed up by somebody. So, yeah, this isn't sounding good. I'm hoping to raise him up next month, and we can find out what's going on at the moon base. All right, everyone, come back next month. Come back next month when we have. Yeah, come back next week. Definitely come back next week. Yeah, come back next week for that. But come back next month for Neon Dead. Yes, Neon Dead, bright and colorful. I'll dial us back down into the lab here in a second. But yeah, come back next week. Come back next week for the 24-hour Wild Eye Marathon. The first half of it, Midnight Monster Movies half. The second half, the Wild Eye Reactions half. 2 halves make a whole great movie. So, all right.
I did like one thing.
A whole great marathon. Yes.
I did like one thing about that movie.
What's that?
I wanted to
Be a werewolf, werewolf. I want to be a werewolf, werewolf. Yes. All right, everyone. Until next week. Sayonara.